Hello, Internet. Back with yet another roasted pod review. How surprising. Today I got the roasted datil pepper. Got a couple of them actually. Got two. Okay, so before I get on with that though, I have to talk about yesterday because that was some of the most pain I've ever been in my entire life. Never, and I mean never, unless your tolerance is like Johnny Scoville level or something like that, never ever roast a death spiral and eat it. Oh, just don't. Like, the mouth burn really wasn't that bad. It was less than I was expecting, but the stomach burn was so bad. Like, here I am 24 hours later, roughly, just about, and I still have stomach issues from it. Um, so after the end of that video, I was in horrendous amounts of pain for like 3 hours, like the type of pain that you're just pleading to God with to stop. And the strangest thing about this was that normally you can eat pretty much anything fatty or sugary and it'll kind of help the pain. That wasn't the case with this. Like usually my go-to is ice cream to quell that stomach burn, and I'm eating this almond milk ice cream, right? And I'm eating it, and every bite that goes down, it's making it worse and worse. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like, okay, maybe it has something to do with the nuts interacting, like the almond milk and the nuts, and I don't know. So then and then I have regular ice cream in the freezer too. So I was like, okay, I'll go to that. And the same exact thing happened. Every single bite I took was just worse and worse and worse. I'm like, what the hell? So I gave up on eating for a while, and there's a bee trying to get in the house. Where was I? Yeah. So I'm just sitting there in pain. Like, when I eat stuff, it's worse. Like, how is this possible? So like probably like another hour goes by and it just gets worse and worse, and like the worst cramps you've ever had in your life, and so the idea pops in my head. Well, why don't I just shove sugar in my mouth? Like that it's very absorbent and it's just pure sweetness. Like, that's got to do something. So I was literally fisting handfuls of sugar in my mouth for a while, and that did eventually help. Not right away. It took maybe like 15, 20 minutes, but that did help. And then for the entire rest of the night, uh, I was only consuming fistfuls of sugar and also like pieces of chocolate. Like chocolate was also helping, and literally every single thing else that I put in my stomach for the rest of the day just ignited the flames. Um, so so like the last like 12 hours of yesterday, like my diet was like 90% just pure sugar and just chocolate candy, which does not like me. um, Not what I usually do, but it was the only thing that helped. And like I said, ice cream made it worse, and other things that you would think make it better, like rice and stuff, it made it worse. And I don't fully understand it. The only thing I understand is to never ever roast a death spiral again. Like, I will never do that. They taste better raw, anyways. Um, and Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Just don't do it, unless you really, really, really want some severe stomach cramps. Because, yeah, worst I've ever had by a mile. I mean, you've seen what I've done lately, and I've eaten so many hot peppers in the past year, and nothing even remotely comparable to this. Like, I'm still suffering the consequences. So with that out of the way, roasted datil pepper, back at it. I am excited for this one because the roasted yellow 7 pot was incredible, incredible, and this is a similar flavor with less spice. So it should be pretty delicious. As you can see, here's the first datil pepper. This one didn't roast nearly as much as the second one, so I'm gonna do this one first. But smells good. I am a little bit scared just because my stomach has not recovered from yesterday, but they're just two datils. I don't want to say just two datils. When you roast a pepper, the stomach burn amplifies, I would say, like 3 or 4 times as much as it normally would. So I am still a little bit scared because these are 2 relatively hot peppers, not super hot peppers, but relatively hot. Okay, anyways, enough with my fears. Delicious. Roasting yellow pods. Definitely the way to go. This will probably be my last roasted review. I could technically do like 1 or 2 more, but I just don't want to roast any more super hot. It's like, to be honest, like after yesterday's and this morning experience, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Maybe the yellow 7 pot is worth it because that was like so delicious. Now flavor, I would say not as good as the roasted yellow 7 pot, but those 7 pots are fresher. I think if I got, my dattles are past their prime, so it's not as good, but it's still really good. Like roasting it brings out that sunny, fruity, citrusy flavor that is commonly associated with yellow hot pods. So yeah, it's definitely the way to go. That one wasn't too hot, but also the Death Spiral I ate yesterday wasn't too hot in my mouth, like compared to a raw Death Spiral or some of the other things I had. It really wasn't that bad, which made the stomach burn so much more surprising. And it's not like I just chewed it up in 3 seconds and swallowed it. I make sure to chew it up because I know that's the way to go about it. Because if you're trying to trick the system and not experience the pain in your mouth, you're going to experience it more in your gut. So I know this full well. So I chewed those Death Spiral pieces pretty well. I mean, you can always chew better, I guess. I mean, I could have been in there longer, but I did a thorough enough job where you wouldn't think something like that would happen. But yeah, it's not called the Death Spiral for nothing. And it may rank a little bit low on the Scoville scale for super hots at 1.3 million, but it's not, that doesn't matter at all, literally at all, because it's not really about the Scoville scale at all. It's about, what's it called, the capsaicinoids, like I guess similar to cannabinoids, but the capsaicinoids are just different in there, and just they just wreck you. Like there's the perceived heatness, the hot, it's just, I don't know. Okay, so I'm already feeling a burn in my stomach. So I don't know why I'm eating this one. This one's bigger. This one's definitely scarier looking. Smells scarier too. It roasted a lot more, so that tends to bring out the stomach heat. So I don't really know why I'm doing this. I do know why I'm doing this. Peer pressure from a camera lens. So whoever's watching, I hope you appreciate this, because I am not recovered. Yeah, here we go. That one's tastier. That one's a lot tastier. I think partially because it was roasted more, partially because it was fresher. Maybe because it was bigger too, so it's got more flavor. Big fan of roasting these yellow pods. It's like a 10 out of 10 out of flavor. Seriously, you just can't get that type of flavor anywhere else. Very, very good. The mouth burn was almost non-existent, unless I'm speaking too soon. There's a baby crying outside my window. I'm sorry. My apartment overlooks the pool in my complex, so you're gonna have some noise. I promise it's not my baby. The only babies I have are black and fluffy. You don't cry like that. Okay, yeah, I definitely spoke too soon. It was like a really delayed onset. Like at least a minute. Really 2 minutes since I put that in my mouth. Wow. Okay. Heat level. I mean, it's hot, but like, it's so strange because like my mouth tolerance especially is like gone up so much in the past few weeks that it's almost hard to give heat ratings, you know? Because I feel like if I did this, a month ago, I'd say, yeah, it's probably like a 6 or 7. And now, even though I'm still feeling that 6 or 7 heat, it's just like my brain, it's just used to it. Like it could just handle it. And it's just, I've done it so much lately that it's just like, not only is my actual, I feel like my capsaicinoid receptors are just a little bit dulled, but that combined with my brain is just, it's just used to it now. That, well, it is very hot. Like I'm not really reacting that much. I guess sweating a little bit, but it's also hot today, and I sweat. Like I sweat the drop of the dime. Like I'm the sweatiest person alive. And I mean, you you can tell like my speech pattern isn't interrupted. Then I'm okay for the most part. Yeah, but to end the review, this is going on a long time. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, Roasted Death Spiral, watch it, and you get to see the beginnings of it was definitely a form of death. I prefaced that video saying I was committing suicide, and it was a form of suicide. I will never do that again. But roasted datil peppers, absolutely delicious. On my heat scale now, it's like I said, I still feel like I could tell it would be like a 7, but it's like a 3, if that makes sense. And flavor is like a 10. Like it's, especially that second one, which was extra roasted, extra toasty, extra massive solar body type flavor. So I'm going to describe it. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you to my kitties for watching me as well. And yeah, see you next time.